Hello and welcome to Still Watching the Skies. I'm Robert Reinecke.
I'm Nat Almarell.
I'm Cody Lang.
Every month we explore the lesser discussed science fiction movies of the past. Some famous, some obscure, all of which we believe will create interesting conversations. Now it's time for our 2024 summer bonus episode where the rules are turned off. We've done summer pulp hero spectaculars in the past, but now we're doing straight comics inspired heroes of the 90s. We have four that mix martial arts and superheroes and kind of trace the transition from Batman to the Matrix in their own way. First up is 1990's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, based on the independent comic by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, which started as a parody of Frank Miller's Daredevil, and soon spawned a successful cartoon series. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tells the story of four humanoid turtles, mutated by radioactive ooze, tutored by the mutated rat Splinter in the ways of ninjutsu. They come out of hiding in the sewers to combat the crime spree instigated by the dreaded Shredder and are aided by reporter April O'Neil and the sports-themed vigilante Casey Jones. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is directed by Steve Barron, based on a screenplay by Todd W. Langen and Bobby Herbeck, and the Jim Henson Creature Shop brought the Turtles and Splinter to life. It stars at least in the suits, Brian Tachi as Leonardo, Josh Paez as Raphael, Corey Feldman as Donatello, Robbie Rist as Michelangelo, Kevin Clash as Splinter, Judith Hogue as April O'Neil, and Elias Koteas as Casey Jones. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles grossed $202 million compared to a budget of $13.5 million. And there's no telling how much merchandise it moved. So, with that, let's get started on our discussion. So, why don't you take it away, Cody?
All right. This is probably one of the films I've seen the most of any film ever. So
you're the right age.
Yeah, I was like really into this movie when it came out, and I was into the toys and the comics and the video games. I still own Turtles in Time on Super Nintendo. I think it's worth like a lot of money now. I'm not going to sell it though. Yeah, I've seen this like a million times. Like I don't know. I can't properly judge it. As a kid, I liked Secret of the Ooze more, but when I got older, I think I liked this one more. I just think so. I should maybe back up. I didn't read the comics as a kid, and my introduction to Turtles was like the toys and the TV show, and then this movie. So when I finally read the comics, I did like them, but they seem to be really different. Like they seem to be more out there, more science fiction. And this movie is it's not realistic, but it's trying to be set in a real world. Like I don't expect to see aliens flying in or no Krang and stuff. Yeah. And I do think they do a good job at that in this movie. Like the other ones, no, but in this one, I do think they make it somewhat plausible. And I think it's just with how they look and just the actual story that's being told. It's not a huge story where the whole city or the whole world is in danger. It's just a small story between two groups of people that I guess you could say hate each other. Or their leaders hate each other, right? Yeah. And so yeah, it's that scale of comic book movie that I really kind of miss and like. And
yeah, it's not the end of the world at the climax.
No, and I also like the side characters too, which I would say in most comic book movies I don't like the side characters. I think the side characters are useless or they're boring. But these ones I don't mind, and I like the look of the film. Like it kind of has like a hazy, smoky look that really fits with the urban setting. But But again, I can't like properly judge these. I've seen them as like I saw them as such a young kid and saw them a lot, like between the age of 5 and 20. So it's like kind of like if someone like point out a bunch of bad things about these movies, I wouldn't like it wouldn't like it wouldn't like it would just I would just ignore that. Like I wouldn't even know how to, because I just can't see them except for like this like fun movie that I watched a ton when I was a kid and a teenager.
Don't watch the Siskel and Ebert review then.
Yeah, I don't think I've even heard it or read what they said. I probably haven't read any reviews. Like I wasn't even like this to me. I won't even like it's impossible to rate it even. Like I'm sure it's bad in some ways. Like I'm not sure if you guys saw it when it came out or you saw it as young
I saw it when it came out, but I was 22 when it came out.
Yeah, I saw it when it came out.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's something that my friends wanted to see. I said, sure, why not? And
like I probably didn't see it in the theater. I probably saw it on VHS like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my recollection is it's not perfect or great, but it's probably as good as they could do the Turtles in 1990 anyhow. I had been somewhat familiar with the comic. I had issue, I think maybe 3 or 5 in my hand. I was debating buying it, saying this could be worth money someday. And I said, "Yeah, it's issue 5," and I know how much issue 5 goes for these days, so I regret that decision.
How much does issue 5 go for these days?
It goes for like several $100s.
Nice.
Oh, that's not that bad. Whatever.
It might even go for as much as 1,000. Why don't I take a look at what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 5 goes for? I'm sure the audience.
Turtles in Time, the video game, goes for like 120, 150.
That game is awesome too.
It is awesome.
Yeah. My son loves playing that. We have an emulator with that on it, and I while you're looking it up, Robert, I can just jump in and. Yeah, this is one where it is kind of hard to rate objectively. I wasn't a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan in general. Like my sister really liked them, which is weird because she's a little bit older than me, and so it's like an act of open rebellion. I didn't like the Turtles, but I did love the video games, like the NES game. Not the first one because that was wicked hard, and I think Ebert actually references that in his review, and he talks about how much he hated the music in that game. But the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game on NES, I played that a lot, and Turtles 3 I also played a lot, and I saw this because what's that?
I played the 4-person arcade game a lot too.
Yeah. I didn't actually play the arcade version of it. I just played the NES port. But I mean, it's a solid port outside of like downscaling the graphics, obviously. But yeah, it's an awesome game, and I think like it has a lot of that same look and feel, and even I think like moves as Turtles in Time. But no, I saw this and I'm not in love with it, but I kind of admire it more and more because this was something where I think they actually stayed pretty true to at least the cartoon. I can't really speak to as much
I think it's like between the cartoon and the comics and probably like 90% of the way to the cartoon, but a little bit more edge.
Yeah, and like you're seeing like a lot. Like they keep the main characters obviously, but also the villains and the side characters. Like April O'Neil appeared in the cartoon and I assume comics. Casey Jones, Shredder, the Foot Clan, and this wasn't the norm for I think a lot of these adaptations. Like we did Masters of the Universe on this podcast, and when I saw that, because I was a big He-Man fan, I was kind of heartbroken that they had He-Man, they had Skeletor, but that was pretty much it from the cartoon. And then they put them in the
real world. Yeah. Oh, brutal. I know.
Yeah, Eternia. And I don't know, but the more I see it like now, because my kids have seen it a couple times, so by extension I've seen it a couple times, I am pretty damn impressed with it. Like, I mean, the puppetry is pretty amazing, and I think the
Yes.
quality of that keeps going down with each Turtle movie. But
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I can't really say. I saw the second one. I said, okay, I'm out.
Yeah. I mean, I did like Toka and Razor in that.
Yes. Come
they
on,
showed-
they rule. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I think the action is pretty solid for what they can do. I really like the setting. I love that poster, and I remember like that poster is pretty much seared into my brain. But also just like there's humor in it. They keep the personalities of the turtles pretty well.
They take steps to distinguish the personalities of the turtles, which I give them credit for.
Yeah, and yeah, I like that it's not like a full on origin story. Like they cover some of the basics of it, but they kind of treat it more as just like this is a standalone or encapsulated like adventure. And so I guess there was some wariness on the part of the producers in terms of like Masters of the Universe was, I guess, a bomb, and so they didn't want to commit too much to it. I think this coming on the heels of Batman '89 definitely helped push it through.
And Batman '89 wastes no time getting to Batman and the good stuff.
Yeah, and like, hey, it's set in New York City. We're gonna make it a little bit gritty. We're gonna have a little bit more of a sense of humor. We're gonna kind of stay fairly true to like the source material, and so you kind of have that like, okay, there's big money to be made in comic book movies, but it's a kid's property. Let's be a little bit conservative, and I don't know. I think it worked out really, really well for like what it could have been and the era in which it came out. And I know the Turtles are pretty big now, but they were like a huge deal back in the late 80s, early 90s.
And they're still a pretty big deal. I mean, there's a new cartoon on Paramount Plus. They've never really left the public eye.
No, but I mean, like, they weren't as much a cultural phenomenon now, or they are now.
But I mean, other than movies, I don't know if anything. I mean, Batman's a big deal, but I think does Batman as big as he was in 1989? Probably not, but still big. I'd say the Turtles were never quite as big as Batman and Spider-Man, but they might be the third biggest one, depending on how you treat the MCU.
And it's an age thing too. Like, everybody was seeing Batman in '89. I don't think, to your point, like, that many college kids are going to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but you're going to have, I think, probably a more sizable population of like, kids who are early tens and maybe like single digits. Yeah.
I mean, I feel it'd be pretty safe to, if I take my kid to Batman, I can certainly take him to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah.
And even as an adult, I would get some entertainment out of it. Which is kind of the Pixar sweet spot, too, I think. We're making a family film, not a kid's film.
Yeah. And, I mean, I think this one is, like, definitely more in, like, the kids' camp. But, to your point, like, there's still some things to be enjoyed by the adults. And one thing too, before we go farther,
Casey Jones,
so hot. I do just want to mention, of all the things, like Sally Menke, Tarantino's editor, also.
Yeah, she edited this
film. She was fired.
I did not know that.
I didn't either until I pulled up the Wikipedia page.
I didn't know that till today. But today I learned that. That's like, oh. I wonder if she pulled on any of her ideas that she wasn't able to incorporate into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles into Kill Bill.
Maybe. I mean, maybe there's a scene where, like, all the colors in Reservoir Dogs are inspired by not taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3, but indeed the Ninja Turtles, and there was a scene where they're all in a warehouse. And
I mean, one of the things I like about, I gotta say, all these films is that these are real practical martial arts fight. It's not CGI simulation of a martial arts fight. And I would have to say that it's kind of impressive watching the guys in suits do the things here. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm grading on a curve here or if these are actually good martial arts scenes, but I think for the difficulty of what they're doing and still looking pretty good, I think I have to give them a lot of credit there. I wouldn't compare it to say like the best martial arts movie I've ever seen, but I think it's more than good enough.
And I mean, like you, even like now, especially, I think you can appreciate that it's practical. But I think even then, too, you're like, those suits have to weigh like 50 pounds. And
Yes.
just that they can move that quickly is impressive.
And they're doing somersaults and everything else. So, yeah.
And I think like the humor kind of also enables that a bit. Like there's the whole sequence where Michelangelo gets into like a nunchuck contest with one of the Foot Clan, and instead of like doing a fight, it's kind of like them just showing off with the nunchucks, and then Donatello just jumps in and like bashes him with his bow staff. Like it's a good, funny little bit, but it's also a really handy way of like, okay, how can we avoid doing like this full on fight and just cleverly get around, what the limitations are of the practical fights.
Yeah, I mean, I do have some criticisms of it. I mean, they talk about ninjutsu, and Leonardo starts to learn the lessons, but that kind of all goes out the window at the end. There's no philosophical meaning to any of it. It's just fighting. And I kind of am disappointed that it comes down to Splinter saving the day instead of the Turtles.
I love Splinter saving the day. That was the best.
I mean, I know Splinter and Shredder have the relationship, and the Turtles really don't have a relationship with Shredder, so I get it. It works on a story level, but I wish it was more about the Turtles.
And when I was a kid and Splinter finally fought, like that was pretty rad. And then like Casey Jones, is by the dump truck and does it like, I
murders
thought that was
a guy.
the best.
He just fucking murders him.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't murder him if you consider the second film. He's alive.
No, but in the context of
he attempts to murder him.
But I mean, I
he
think
attempts to murder him. Yes.
Yes.
And he would have murdered him if he would have used like his cricket stick or his baseball bat or his goalie stick or whatever. He should have just whacked him in the head.
Part of that is like also you don't want to have these beloved kids characters like murdering somebody in cold blood. So you get somebody else, get the crazy sports fan to do it.
Shredder's costume is awesome too.
Yeah, it's a good costume.
Like talking about it's not really related, but I've been watching the Orville a lot lately, and the costumes are so bad in that show, and like you can really feel it like when the costumes don't work. Like I'm pretty sure the costumes were quite bad in He-Man actually, if I remember correctly, and in this, I feel like they just had some really good designs. They had some really good people working on that. Like you never feel like maybe as a kid you're not really in tune to this kind of stuff, but like I still like the illusion of these being turtles and not people in suits is strong for me. Like I don't really think about it as like, oh, it's like it's like a practical thing. Like like they do it quite well, and I'm assuming I remember watching a documentary about how they do the faces, but like they did have people controlling, like so they had guys acting with it, and they had other people like the puppeteers or like the puppeteers or whatever. They had them controlling their facial expressions as well. Something.
It's pretty seamless.
Yeah, but I love the like the Splinter puppet, and I love the whole look of Shredder, his armor. The Foot Clan's outfits are great too. Like, I'm not too sure to think about the Foot Clan because I do like in the comics where they are robots, so that the turtles can slash and like destroy them and their limbs get cut off. Whereas in this, you can't really do that because they're humans and
and they're recruiting
kids.
Kids, yes.
Yeah, and like you meet one of the kids who's being recruited, so like you don't want to think about him getting all killed and stuff. So.
Yeah, speaking of which, how did we feel about Danny? How did you feel about Danny back when this came out, Cody?
Oh, I could empathize. Like I could, like, not that I was that age to be in the Foot Clan. I was younger. But I did like, yeah, like like in terms of like being like a relatable thing, like it was not cheesy to me. Like I didn't think like, like a John Hughes film, like, oh, this is kind of lame, but like I did think that was believable. Like, in like hindsight, that's kind of weird, um, but yeah, because I always, and like maybe it's of the time, but like, I associated like cool guys skateboarding and playing arcade games and getting in fights with like, I don't know, being cool, I guess, and being like a sort of like a rebellious teen.
They need
And
to be
so,
smoking too.
yeah, and I loved how they had like that hangout place to attract the teens, and um,
They needed the rolled up pack of cigarettes in the t-shirt sleeve.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and like my parents were very um not controlling, but like they were very cognizant of like me not hanging out at malls too much or at arcades too much. Like they didn't want me to get in trouble or whatever. So I just felt like that whole scenario felt like really realistic to me, or plausible, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, I do like Danny, and his dad is cool, and that whole like subplot is good.
I kind of like April more this time around than I did when I saw the movie originally, but memory's kind of hazy on that. But I remember being kind of annoyed with her. But I thought she actually is a fairly reasonably developed character.
Yeah, I just don't like her clothes, unfortunately. I don't like her vest. But yeah, so like in the second film, like they recast the actor, and I think I like this one more, even though the one in the second film looks more like the cartoon April. But I like this actor more. Yeah, she has great hair.
Oh, by the way, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, if I bought it back then, it'd be worth about $200, maybe up to $350 now, somewhere in that range.
The original or
the original number 5? Now I don't even talk about number 1. That would be if I had a time machine. I would say buy a dozen issues of this, dozen copies of this.
I also really love that this started as basically like a parody, and just became like such a phenomenon. Like, I guess missing. I don't know. I've not really read the comics, so I can't speak to how much of a satire or parody it is on that.
It's pretty in-depth parody.
Yeah.
Or at least of some of that. I mean, Daredevil is up against the hand, so you have the foot.
Yep.
Daredevil's mentor is Stick or Splinter.
Yep.
So
radioactive stuff gives
powers. It's the same stuff that makes Daredevil blind. It gave him sensory powers. Yep. Check to that.
Well, and just
actually, in the comic, like there is a reference to like the actual truck that hit Daredevil. It's the one that spills on the turtles, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
You remember correctly.
Yeah. But the comics are just way more zany. Like there's space aliens. There's like a whole other like set of worlds. There's like the Mausers. Like I would say like the Michael Bay ones, as much as I hate them, they're closer to the comics in terms of like the bad guys that they fight, at least.
Yeah, I presume that most of them are from the comics, or at least inspired the cartoons, and then it's kind of a vicious circle there.
Yeah, because the comics had some other anthropomorphic ninja characters. Like they had that bunny rabbit who was like a samurai.
Is that Usagi Yojimbo?
Which isn't that an actual character though with his own comic?
Yes, it's still going to this day, as far as I know.
Yeah, so he has his own comic, but it's like he was a Ninja Turtles character too, and he's cool.
Oh yeah,
and he should be in these movies, but he's not.
Not even in the one where they go to medieval Japan.
I know.
I'm surprised a pizza company just not giving them enough money to just keep making it. It's good advertising for pizza. or a pizza conglomerate, or a pizza consumer group, or a pizza advocate group.
That's the human race, Robert.
Exactly. So I'm surprised there's not like a dozen.
We do. We've kept this franchise going for what, 40 years now. So
it's pretty close to that. Yeah. Yeah, it's 40 years. Yeah. Number 5 was 85. So.
Boom.
Yeah.
Now we just need a Savage Dragon movie.
I'm still holding out for American Flag. Because it's so topical these days. Because there's like a pandemic in the 2020s. And the main character was an actor that got replaced by a CGI hologram.
I don't know if people want to be reminded of what's going on.
Fair enough.
This is a nice distraction. So
yeah.
Yeah, the corporation runs the world. You're right, Cody.
So you guys haven't seen the sequels, right?
I've not seen the third one, but I have seen
Ice,
reviews.
and I said, I definitely know where I checked up for sure when Vanilla Ice showed up.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, I love the second one as a kid. I probably saw it more than even this one, and I think I would have saw this one more in my teens. But the third one is brutal.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
The third one is like, that was a one-time watch for me, probably. Yeah.
Well, we'll always have the first one, and you know I mean, maybe I got old and I don't love it as much as I used to, but at least I still find I can appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah, I just like the small scale of it, how it's just turtles in the big city, you know, and that's enough of like a conflict, right?
They're just fighting a crime spree.
Yeah, and I just like. And like that's what I always liked about Batman too, was that Batman could have the potential to just be this smaller scale, you know, crime story superhero film, and I don't really need to have like a big thing where it's like a James Bond scenario where he's got to save the world. And I do like just seeing the turtles in the city, and you know, like Ralph in his trench coat, like that's a cool image, and yeah, like but again, it's like kind of hard to judge objectively here. Like, I'm not sure what I would think if I saw it for the first time now.
How do we feel about Casey and April's relationship, and do you wish
that
one of the turtles had gone after April instead?
No, it's perfect. I always wanted to be Casey Jones when I was a kid, be friends with turtles. Although he's the one character who you really, when you're not a kid, you think like, well, this guy's insane.
Yeah.
Like this guy's definitely insane. He's deranged. But even still, he's so cool in the movie.
Yeah, he's probably the best actor in this film.
By far, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Splinter's pretty good too.
What?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like whoever's voicing Splinter, I think, is really good.
Yeah.
But I think it's a puppet for the most part for the movements.
Well, the voice actor is good.
Yeah, and
you do have Sam Rockwell and Skeet Ulrich in small parts, but
maybe Corey Feldman as a voice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true.
Although Donatello probably has the least to do in this film.
Yeah, there's not as much science stuff as in Secret of the Ooze.
And Michelangelo doesn't really have a lot to do either.
Well,
it's like Leonardo
have always been about
the lead turtles, and then Raphael and Michelangelo are there.
Yeah, for me, it's always been about Leonardo being a bit of an annoying leader, kind of like Cyclops.
Yep.
And then Raphael being like Wolverine, being like a hothead, and it's always been that dynamic. Yeah.
Donatello is the Beast, and Michelangelo is Iceman.
Jubilee, I don't know.
Jubilee, yeah.
Kitty.
Yeah.
There is a part. So there is a later
Maybe
comic
Nightcrawler.
storyline where Raph takes over the head of the Foot Clan and it's another parody of when Daredevil took over the Hand in the comics.
Mm.
And I think it was a short time for that, but that was one of the things that they kept trying to parody.
Yeah. I think it's also
then Frank Miller did Born Again, and did they bother to try to parody that?
I don't think they could parody it properly. Yeah.
No, they couldn't. I don't think.
Yeah.
But
I don't even know how that would work.
I don't know either, but I just bring it up.
Yeah.
I'd like to say Frank Miller had quite a year in 1986.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did he do the Daredevil year one? Not like it wasn't called that, but it was called it was like the Daredevil
Man Without Fear, kind of a year one type thing. Yeah, I think that was 1990.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, I know he did do the art on that. With John Romita Jr. did the art on it, but
yeah,
it was good.
It's so good. Oh my god. Yeah.
So
and I'm
I think that's
assuming
about
that
it.
Raph's weapons are taken from Elektra.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The size, right? Yeah. Which as a kid I thought they were the coolest weapons. I was very torn as a kid. I liked swords, thought swords were a better weapon. But
They
I
are a
loved
better weapon.
But I loved Raph. I still love Raphael. He's my favorite. So I guess the scythe would be my weapon.
I don't know.
Did they ever do a bullseye parody?
In video games, because you had the long reach with the staff.
Yeah.
Staff, yeah, that's true. But in Turtles in Time, you really just jump up and then kick. That's how you beat everyone.
Yeah, but he
Jumping
does have the
down kick.
longest reach in Turtles in Time, even though I think Michelangelo is the strongest in that, and then Raphael is the fastest.
Really? There's that much difference?
Yeah, I was surprised too. And then I was playing it so much with the kids, and we were doing the Street Fighter where you can do the fighting mode.
Oh, that's a different game.
Well, no, there is a Street Fighter one where you can play as the Turtles and a bunch of villains and things like that. But there's also a 2-player fight in Turtles in Time.
Really?
And yeah, in both that and in the actual game itself.
Okay, interesting.
Mike actually hits a lot harder than the other ones.
Does that make sense?
It does not, but I like that they added a little bit of distinction among the four.
I should say I also have a Super Nintendo video game of the Turtles. I forget what it's called, Tournament Fighters or something. Yep. And it's basically a Street Fighter 2 clone.
Yes.
And it's only good because you get to play as some characters you would never play ever again, like the Fly guy,
Wingnut.
Yeah, Wingnut.
There's the Shark.
The Rat King, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And then other characters I'd never heard of before.
Yeah, it's fun. Oh, also the Fly guy, isn't he a parody of Brundlefly, Robert?
Oh, I think you're probably right, but it's been a while.
Okay.
Or I think even I guess that's 80s. The Fly remake is 86, but
yeah,
I think they are going for the classic Vincent Price Fly.
Probably, yeah.
For that, but
not as horrific as the Jeff Goldblum one.
It was a kid's cartoon.
Yeah. Well, and that came out the cartoon I think came out in 86 too. So
that's how old the cartoon is? Really?
I think it's a little later than that, but not much.
Wow. Okay. And that cartoon was the best. I was so into it. I got grounded from it because I was getting in too much karate fights at school. I couldn't watch it. And I loved that as a kid. Yeah.
Are you karateing the white picket fence?
No, just getting in fights with people. And
wow.
Parents were trying to make me normal.
Well, I think they did a lot of
no South Park shenanigans, huh?
No. I was never into South Park for some reason.
87 is the cartoon.
Okay.
That seems so early for that cartoon. Wow. Good for them.
I mean, it's less than 3 years since they created it. And Eastman and Laird were probably rich by that time.
Good. They're worth it.
Yeah. They might be the richest comic creators there are.
Well, good for them.
Wow. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. No, because they just had the one last year, which was pretty solid. But
and they'll be constantly on television in some form or another.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move it along. We're going to follow up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by heading to Hong Kong and Hong Kong action film or action cinema of the early 90s with the Heroic Trio. I'll give you a short synopsis and then we'll get started. So, a trio of superheroines, Wonder Woman, the Invisible Woman, and the Thief Catcher, which are kind of a prototype for DC's Birds of Prey, battle each other first before teaming up to stop a fiendish master's plot to kidnap babies in order to brand one as the future emperor of China, clearly to be managed by the evil master. The Heroic Trio is directed by Johnny To and features the following. Michelle Yeoh is Ching, the Invisible Woman. Anita Mui is Tung, the Wonder Woman. Maggie Chung is the Thief Catcher. Davian Lau is Inspector Lau. James Pax is a professor inventor who invents the invisibility cloak. And Young Si Kwan is the evil master. This one, I don't know if it ever played in my neck of the woods when it came out, so I can't say that I've seen it, but I did catch up to it when it was on the Criterion Channel as on the Michelle Yeoh collection that they put on the channel one month, and I was quite happy to catch up with it. So why don't you take it away, Dan? I believe you're the one that hadn't seen it before.
Yeah, this one... I'm surprised too because we did Breaking News, which is also Johnny To, so I'm glad that this is not my first entry into it. But no, I enjoyed it. I like that it leans into the camp, whether by necessity or design. And
a little bit of both, I think.
Yeah, and I was actually surprised too to find that there are quite a few Western reviews of this movie. So even though it probably didn't get a massive amount of play, I feel like it got a decent amount of play, at least like even when it came out, or maybe like the year or so after it came out. But I think it's pretty inventive. I can't remember like anything of the plot though. Which probably may well be the intent when the whole reveal of like them being sisters happens at the end. I'm like, was that a thing? I forgot. Like, it's just
they don't really make it clear. Yeah, they have the matching tattoos.
Yeah,
which is.
But
weird.
I'm also like I'm wondering about like what are some of the inspirations, and I feel like there's got to be something taken from at least like Terminator 2. In the end part of it, but I feel like there's also some Sam Raimi vibes throughout the film as well. But it's definitely its own type of film, and I kind of like the different personalities. I like sort of the cleverness within the fight. I like that there's a pretty distinct look to each of the women in that, and it gets happily like ridiculous as it goes on, but it's that good balance of kind of ridiculous action or just situations that are ridiculous, but still it doesn't seem to be aware of itself, and or at least the characters aren't aware of that and still treat it like super seriously.
Well, I won't say Maggie Chung treats it super seriously.
What's that?
I won't say Maggie Chung treats it super seriously.
No, but it
seems like she wandered in out of a Jackie Chan movie, yeah. Yeah,
but I think it still doesn't like break it in the sense of, I mean, like, the Batman 66 show where like they're playing fairly straight with that, even if they can be goofy, and when like the dude is using the helmet weapon which is like the most ridiculous fucking weapon that I've seen at least like this year.
That is a cool
The flying
weapon.
guillotine?
Yes.
No, that is a cool weapon. Come on.
I'm not saying it's a
Yeah.
bad weapon. I'm saying it's ridiculous, which it is. And how it's overcome is equally ridiculous. How it's used is equally ridiculous. But no,
Yeah,
it's
when I first saw that, I was like, "What the heck is this gonna do?" And then I was like, "Whoa, that's a cool weapon."
We gotta use this one again. They made sure they got plenty of use to those only in one scene.
And I love it too, because this is a perfect era of kind of like, we are getting sort of an Easternization into that. Like we're past the yellow peril of like the 1900s, 1930s or 40s or so. And there's still, you get things of like, oh no, Japan's invading us, but there's still like a cheerful fascination with the East and especially like martial arts in general. And as we were just talking about with the Turtles, you have like exotic weapons like nunchucks and sai. And so you can introduce any weird ass weapon. And as long as it's in like a martial arts or Eastern film, it's like, oh, this could be a real thing. Like all of these things could easily existed at some point. We don't know.
Yeah, well, I would say nunchucks were primarily used as a joke in our movies up until the 90s. Like it was always some white guy trying to use it and then hitting himself in the nuts or in like the nose or something.
Well, yeah.
Bruce Lee could use it though.
Of course, yes, of course
Yeah.
he could use it. Yeah, I'm more talking like Peter Sellers when he's fighting Kato, but yeah.
Well, there aren't many weapons that Peter Sellers wouldn't use as a joke, though, to be fair.
That's true. He does smoke his lamp with a big samurai sword, so yeah. Anyway, back to what you were saying. The weapons are crazy and it's fun.
Yeah, no, and I think that's
a good review.
Yeah, that's pretty much the heroic trio. It's crazy and fun.
Yeah, the chain weapon by the Invisible Woman, like Michelle Yeoh's character, that is a cool weapon.
Yeah.
And so what I really like about this movie, so I should probably say, like, even though I'm a big fan of Johnny To, I'd never seen this before. And so this was really fun because it's pretty different from his other movies. And it's pretty similar to, and this is not a criticism, but it's pretty similar to older wuxia films, like in terms, not in terms of how silly it is, but in terms of how, in terms of how it's filmed, like just the physics of how the characters can launch themselves in any direction.
Mm-hmm.
Run
the top power lines and telephone wires.
Yeah, well, that's maybe a little stretching it, but just, I mean, like the whole, the whole like abilities to do that kind of stuff, like, yeah, that's been there before, and like the way it's filmed, like these kind of low angle shots and like the camera movements, like I wouldn't say that's what I would associate with his style. For me, it's more like, either a crazy moving camera sequence like the beginning of Breaking News where it's the unbroken shot, or it's like beautifully composed static shots of tough guys looking at something or doing something, but this is like I don't think this is like really a typical, and I could be wrong, but it doesn't really seem to have its typical traits, but it's pretty out there. And I do like how he just combines, like, I guess you would call like mythology stuff, like with the master, like the bad guy, and then you have like Michelle Yeoh, who just uses guns, and everyone else uses like maybe traditional weapons, or they're more like martial arts. Sorry. Yeah, and then Maggie Chung, like she just uses shotguns and submachine guns and just kicks ass, and I think she's great in it. I usually like Michelle Yeoh the most when I see her in a film, but I thought Maggie Chung was awesome in this. Like, she was my standout performance, I thought. Yeah.
Apparently, what's his name directed her Revep. Thought Maggie Chung was awesome in this too. There's this got her the role of Revep in a Revep, and there's footage for the heroic trio in there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Same. Yes.
Yeah. Of course. Well, she's pretty different in that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of going for different stuff. But
yeah.
Like I just do like how all over the place everything is, and because it's so ballsy that way, it kind of all works. Like,
yeah, Anita Boy is probably the most straightforward of them. The most
she's good
straightforward
too, though.
heroic of them.
Yeah,
she is good.
yeah,
She's
good.
fun. Michelle Yeoh, you know, I kind of just like that she's invisible for the first part of the film, basically.
Yeah.
She's not there, but yeah. And so she kind of backloaded in the film, but she's quite fetching in the film. And I noticed that they put her in an all red kind of one piece outfit that kind of reminded me of Elektra.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that was an influence on this. So speaking of Daredevil.
Yeah.
And I had fun with it. There's a lot of jumping, leaping off in the midair and grabbing somebody and basically dragging him to safety or tumbling or whatever, or figuring out a way to break the fall in this film, which kind of goes back to the relationship between the Wonder Woman and the Invisible Woman as kids, apparently. Though I was not clear on how this all worked together, but
yeah,
there's a lot of that
too.
I mean, the evil master is some sort of eunuch, I kind of gathered from it, but it's hard to say until the end, which gets totally crazy.
Yeah, the end is so cool. I don't think I was following what was going on, but I just thought, whoa, they're going, like, it's getting some pretty crazy practical effects here. And
yeah, I don't know if there is much to follow. It would make any more sense if I could follow it, but maybe if I was more familiar with, like, Chinese mythology and traditions of that, it might make a little more sense to me.
The eunuch stuff, I can't say I'm familiar with Chinese mythology aside from watching movies, but
yeah,
it's that, like, the eunuch character as like a really powerful mystical figure I've seen in other films. Like it's in Goodbye Dragon Inn, like that's the bad guy. He's a eunuch and he's like super strong, super fast. Has like bright yellow hair, like looks like a Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball Z. And in this one, yeah, I do think there is some sort of folklore with China where like eunuchs were somehow powerful or something, or had some special powers. I'm not sure though, because I'm only getting it from movies, so I could be totally off.
Yeah, I quite getting it too, but he was memorable. Well, it's probably a little premature, but he might be the best villain of the bunch just because he's so out there.
Well, not better than Shredder.
Okay.
So, yeah, sorry, man.
We got two coming up though.
Definitely better than Steven Dorff and whoever the villain is in the
Michael Wincott.
Yeah, there you go.
we'll get to them.
I can't wait to talk about the Crow. Yeah.
You're gonna make so many enemies, Cody. Anyhow, Michelle Yeoh looks quite fetching in this one. I mean, normally they don't go making her the bombshell, but she's pretty much a bombshell in this, and she's in love with the professor, the inventor of the invisible cloak that she's gonna steal from him once he perfects it, I guess, even though it's killing him. But they love each other, so okay. That felt like a very Chinese thing to do.
Yeah, so like aside from it being a great movie, I haven't seen the sequel, but I think I'm going to try to search it out. The only problem with Johnny Toe's films is they can be kind of like spotty with their releases. Like I have a lot on DVD that I still have because I can't find Blu-ray versions of them. So
Criterion has a Heroic Trio Executioners double feature Blu-ray set.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting. Okay.
I have it in the next room, so I'm gonna have to watch the Executioners, which I understand is even more crazy as far as plot. Apparently, post-apocalyptic.
Yeah. I've heard that too. The plot is really crazy, so I'm really looking forward to it. For the post that we eventually do for this, can we put like a picture of your Blu-ray? Of like your box?
Sure. It might even be 4K. I have to take a look at it.
Really? Oh, nice. This is getting juicy.
Yeah, Criterion doesn't send us stuff, but said, I knew this was coming up, so said I'll spring, and you know what? I want to see the sequel anyhow, so half price sale, here we come.
Yeah, this is a bit of a tangent, but I have found it difficult to find good replacements of my DVDs from like Hong Kong action films. So, and the DVDs I have are super bad, like super ugly imports, and
Well,
yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
We're kind of in the golden age of physical media, even if it doesn't seem that way.
Oh, we are for sure. Yeah, I just I need to snatch up any Hong Kong stuff when I see them come out, like on a good version, because it's not as common as you think it would be.
No, it's not. I mean, I'm surprised that Criterion hasn't done like The Killer or some other of.
Oh man, they should do those. Yeah, for sure. I don't think they can for some reason, but I think I just have to get into importing the Blu-rays. Yeah.
Well, there's also a pretty comprehensive collection of Hong Kong action films on Tubi.
I know. Yeah.
Yes, Tubi does not pay us. This is a totally unsolicited endorsement.
It's now like a point of pride because everybody's on the Tubi bandwagon now, and
but we were on first.
We were on first.
We were the
influencers.
I recently had to subscribe to Shudder to watch one of these movies for our podcast, and then I canceled. But I was looking through Shudder, like, I'm on Shudder again. Great, I'll see what's up here because I'll have it for a month and then I'll cancel. It's like everything that's on there is on Tubi, except for the thing I had to watch. But yeah, like I don't know why anyone else, like why you would use any other streaming service unless you want to watch stuff on Crave. But yeah. Oh wait, do you guys have Crave? No,
we have Max.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's the Canadian version. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and Max has lots of good stuff on it because of the HBO connection.
Yep.
And they because of their TCM collection, they have a lot of classics on there, and they have a good relationship with Criterion. There's a lot of Criterions on there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the TCM stuff doesn't come to us for Crave. Fortunately. Anyway, do you guys want to keep talking, or should we go with The Crow so we can start bashing it?
I just want to say, for friends of Johnny Toe, you can also see Triad Election on Tubi, as well as Drug
really
War.
Both films. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to catch up with Drug War, which I hear is quite good, and I would go on my way to see it when I got a call that they had canceled the screening because of some trouble unlocking the film, and I was disappointed.
Yeah. They have both Election and Triad Election, as well as Exiled.
Yeah, so Exiled is good, and the Election ones are kind of like, considered like the best, or if not, some of the best. My personal favorites, if we're going to recommend some, is The Mission. I really like that one. PTU, which stands for Police Tactical Unit. Mm-hmm. And a weird one called Running on Karma, which is about a Buddhist monk. And it has Andy Lau in like a muscle suit, and like for like most of the film. So he looks like Arnold, but it's like totally fake muscles. It sounds like a silly film. It's really good. It's kind of in the vein of this movie a bit. It's the only one I've seen. Oh, and then Sparrow I think is really good too, about the pickpocket people.
Yeah.
But my two favorites are Mission and PTU. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Time for The Crow.
All right.
The Crow. Based on the independent comic by James O'Barr, the story starts on Devil's Night in Detroit as Eric Draven and his fiancée Shelley Webster are brutally attacked and murdered. 1 year later, Eric returns from the dead, guided by a crow to enact revenge. It's directed by Alex Proyas, based on a screenplay by David J. Shaw and John Shirley. It stars Brandon Lee as Eric Draven, Rochelle Davis as Sarah Moore, his fiancée, as the neighbor girl, Ernie Hudson in a non-Ghostbusters role as Sergeant Darrell Albrecht, Michael Woodcock as Top Dollar, head of a gang. Bai Wig as Micah, Top Dollar's mystical half-sister. Sophia Sheenis is Shelley Webster, Eric's fiance. David Patrick Kelly is T-Bird, one of Top Dollar's gang members. And John Polita is Gideon, the pawnbroker.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Despite, or maybe because of the death of Brandon Lee during filming, it went on to gross $94 million versus a $23 million budget and spawned several sequels and a remake coming out later this month.
So many sequels. Like,
Yes.
my God.
So take it away, Cody.
Okay. Oh, I should maybe say one of my friends edited the remake. His name's Michael Lane. So if anyone wants to hire him as an editor, give me a call and I'll give you his number.
Well, let's see the movie first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I hope.
No, let's not see the movie. Let's just hire my friend. Yeah, I don't like this movie. I never liked it. And I feel really bad. I like some of the songs. I feel really bad saying it because I think it's just the whole backstory is horrible. And another promotion thing here, I guess the Cursed Films episode on it was really good, and from like the guys from Film Junk, or one of the guys from Film Junk directed it. It's a really good look at it, and I think the behind the scenes people say a lot of great things that I think are worth noting about like film practices and stuff like that. And but overall, I'm trying to think what I don't like about the movie. It's more so I don't like how much it focuses on like the death of him and his girlfriend, and it seems to just really dwell on that aspect a bit too much. And I don't really care for the little neighbor friend. What I do like though is the whole look of the film. I think it's beautifully constructed. It's like it creates a unique world. Especially the architecture. Like I've never been to Detroit. I'm pretty sure this doesn't look like Detroit. This looks like a comic book world,
like
a sort of
city.
Yeah, like it looks like a Batman city or something. And I think it's awesome. And like I think the look of it is awesome. I find the story to be really grating and kind of just stupid. But yeah, parts of the soundtrack I really like. I like The Cure. I like the Nine Inch Nails stuff. I don't like when he's playing guitar on the roof and it sort of does a close up on his hands, and his hands are clearly not playing the notes, and it's like this like furious, like fast, like finger tapping and stuff, and it's like, oh, this is like really cheesy. So as a young person, I think I thought this was cool, and then I think maybe 10 or so, maybe more than that years ago, I kind of rewatched it and I was like, I don't really like this movie anymore. Like I just find it just really like kind of tacky and just eye rolling.
Bad
it's
Crow
probably
CGI.
Yeah, I let that slide. Yeah. I bet, but overall, like, yeah, between these four, I guess if we're going to compare them, like, this is by far my least favorite. I do want to see the second one because of the director was like the guy who directed like about like 20 like Cure music videos. So I'm just curious. I'm just really curious what that movie would be like, even though the actor looks brutal in that one. And I should say I haven't read the comic book, so I don't know the backstory too well. I don't know if it was like a beloved book, if the movie is faithful or if it's not faithful. I should also say I'm not like into goth stuff at all, so
this is not the movie for you.
Maybe that doesn't help either. I don't know, even like I'm thinking you guys will agree with me on this, but I could be wrong. I don't know where you guys will land on this, so maybe just one of you let me know now. You guys like it?
Well, you go, Nat.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen The Crow, and I feel like this is also kind of like maybe a generation above me. Like I don't know if any of us quite fit into the generation that this is
I do.
probably going
I
after.
do not. I do not. Definitely do not.
Like
I do. And I've read the comic too, so I'll get to that last.
so
like-
are you Gen X or are you baby boomer, Robert?
I'm Gen X.
Okay. But you're like early Gen X, right?
I'm early Gen X, yes.
Okay.
This is, I would say this is more like mid-late Gen X, but
Yeah.
but yeah.
I think of this as like targeting my sister, who's like kind of like mid 70s. And yeah, like I didn't really see this when it came out. It didn't quite resonate with me. I kind of want to defend it because I do like the look of it. I love John Polito, and I don't know, just some of the stuff in it is pretty captivating, but I honestly don't remember pretty much anything from it, so that's difficult. But I did want to ask though, like the Devil's Night thing, I was not aware that like this was, or at least it seems like this was more of a Midwestern thing, and I originally thought that this was kind of like practiced throughout the country. But at least in Michigan, that does tend to be like the big prank night.
I think they kind of made up the whole arson thing for Devil's Night, but I
mean that actually has happened in Michigan.
Like, yeah, but I don't think to the degree that they imply in this film.
I would disagree with that, but
I don't know. But if it does happen, I'm really sorry that it does.
I don't think it happens that much anymore, but at some point, perhaps a little bit prior to this film, like there have been like arson committed.
Arson heist? No, arson. Yeah.
Arson heist. That's a good name. Anyway, no, but I don't know. I really don't remember too much of it outside of like.
And you just watched it.
I watched it maybe a month ago, but.
Still close enough.
Yeah. I mean, I remember like the whole drug thing and like.
Okay. Yeah. Do you remember why he attacks John Polito, the Crow?
No, I do not.
Okay, Robert, do you remember why?
He took the ring, right?
Like he pawned the ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but come on, that's such a loose. Yeah. That's not a reason to attack John Polito. And then Michael Warmington, wherever the guy's name is, Windsorcott, or there you go. Kills John Polito.
Yeah.
Or someone kills him. Like, come on. They're just. It's all contrived.
We like John Polito too.
It does seem like a weirdly like overly violent, but like I don't know, maybe too comic booky in a sense, or just
so
like
here's how I would describe it. And there's a lot of movies in the 90s like this. There's some like really violent, maybe overtly sexual parts, but then the characters emotionally behave very juvenile.
Yes.
Yeah.
So. And I feel like that's a trait of 90s kind of action films or films like this. And I'm assuming, I don't remember Judge Dredd very well, but I'm assuming it's like that. And I remember.
You probably assumed correctly.
And a lot of like Jean-Claude Van Damme films are like that. And, and that's where I don't really think the film works is on a story level. I don't think the bad guy is bad enough. I think I think they're really trying to make it seem like he's this evil, devious guy, and I think it should be more about the Crow being a Batman ripoff. Like he's going around, being like an Avenger. Like it's not because this is like very specific to him and his situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And
this is totally a revenge fantasy, and yet it spawned a franchise. Who knew?
And this occupies like the same sort of like emotional space in my mind as like Jared Leto and My So-Called Life, like just the sort of people where because they're brooding, you're supposed to put like all these emotions onto them and all this depth and significance attributed to them, and yet they're fighting people with names like Tintin and
yes.
Top Dollar and Fun Boy and
T-Bird
and T-Bird. Like which also I feel is like a 90s thing. Anything with like drugs, especially drugs that are being disseminated by white people, like they'll never have a normal name. Even like the Crow's name, Eric Draven, is such a
That's a cool. Well, it's a silly name, but it's cool. It's one of the cooler parts.
But it's like Eric D. Raven. Like
yes, it is.
Still, it's cool. Believe
how
me.
about like just D apostrophe Crow or like C apostrophe Row
or just Bird. His last name.
Or yeah, Danny Bird.
No, you're right. That is a bit on the nose. I didn't mind that. Like what I don't like is like lines like, Michael Wincott at the end where he's saying like, why do we do what we do? And then it's all just for money. And it's like, yeah, like you guys are criminals. Like, why else are criminals doing stuff? They're not like most criminals are not like the Joker. They're not like anarchists. And then like it just feels like they're trying to push like other ideas from other films onto this film and characters, and it doesn't work out so well, and it just feels like it's too contrived.
Yeah, and apparently he's in an incestuous relationship with his sister or half sister, which just makes it icky.
Yeah,
he's icky, not threatening.
It's icky. Yeah, I agree. It's icky. That didn't bother me so much. I don't know why. Maybe I'm watching too much Game of Thrones, but
fair enough. I mean, also, I saw it when it came out, and I saw it again, and my opinion kind of went down a bit, but I thought it was quite striking when it came out, and I agree with Cody that it is well shot. It's very much like Alex Proyas was auditioning for the next director of Batman films, and he probably would have been an interesting director. Or at least he have a style, more like the comic than Tim Burton probably. But I did read the comic about the time that the movie came out too, and you know what, I did really like the comic, but I think the comic is better than the film. The comic is not as action packed. It's much more of I won't say meditation, but it's certainly grappling with grief. I believe James O'Barr's fiance had been killed, and kind of working through his grief in the comic. But it's very, very goth, much more goth than I am. And I was reading Sandman at the time. But it's very goth, and it's very going for some poetry, and it's going for some revenge fantasy, and it's very much a revenge fantasy here. So I don't know if it works as much out, because I feel that the whole thing about being him mystically invulnerable back from the dead is kind of takes away any tension in the action scenes, because they're all, he shows up, bad guy gets dead. That's basically the movie repeated itself 6 or 7 times, at least until the end.
Yeah, which I am totally fine with. Like,
okay,
if they want to do a film of a guy just kicking bad guys' asses for 90 minutes or less, I'm there. But I knew as soon as they introduced the little kid, it's like, okay, that's how he's going to be in some trouble. Is this kid is going to get kidnapped, and they're going to put a gun to her head or whatever. And it's like so obvious. Yeah. Like what they should have done is like focus more on the bird and that being vulnerable, because that's like his connection to the real world.
They should have kidnapped the bird and put it on to the bird's head.
I mean, they're very much fascination with eyes here, which seems to be kind of back engineered to it with the villains, because he could see through the crow's eyes apparently, so they kind of back engineered a whole thing where Woodcock and Biling are fascinated with eyes for no apparent reason, but I guess you don't need it. I did like Ernie Hudson in kind of a more serious role.
I was going to say that too. I thought he was great in it, and his whole side story was really good. I think it was needed for the film, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Lee, I feel is better as an action star than an actor, but I think he has his moments as an action star there, especially when he's running across rooftops and tumbling. I think it's good, and it did between this and Dark City. This with all the violent action, and Dark City with it's kind of controlling the city, and it's all kind of a manufactured world. I feel that Alex Proyas was circling around the Matrix, was never actually getting to the Matrix, but at least it's kind of there. And so I thought that. I mean, I do like at the climax where he basically uploads all his grief and anger into the villain, and that's how he defeats him. I feel that's a nice touch. I did feel that whatever his powers were, whatever they needed to be at the time, and they kind of make it up as they go along, as well as his vulnerabilities. But that's neither here nor there. They have that freedom. I did think Bai felt quite checked out through much of the movie, and I kind of wonder if she was one of Harvey Weinstein's victims at the time, because it feels like she didn't want to be there, and I just ended up feeling kind of sorry for her.
Interesting. Yeah.
Huh.
Didn't think of that.
Robert calling out some accusations on the podcast.
Well, I think it's more than accusations at this point.
With Filing specifically.
Well, Filing, yeah. Fair enough. It certainly fits the pattern.
Yeah, for sure. No argument here. Don't know much about her, though. But yeah, you're right. She did look a little kind of checked out.
Yeah, so
I will say that the action scenes were pretty good. I thought they were fun, and I like seeing the Crow kick everyone's ass.
I like seeing him forming a Crow symbol out of gasoline and lighting it on fire.
I thought that was cool. Yeah, that was cool.
Both Nolan and did the director of Daredevil come up with that one too?
Yeah, that's true. Something I didn't like about this style, and this is more of a Proyas thing most likely, but it was also maybe like a 90s thing, is like the quick cuts where you have like a loud sound effect.
Yeah.
That stuff drives me nuts. There's tons of that in the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, on the one hand, they only had a $23 million budget, so I give them credit for getting a lot out of that budget, but the CGI was certainly didn't get a lot out of it.
Yeah, like I've said this before, like there's nothing like 90s CGI ages the worst out of any special effect in the history of films. It's they used it way too much in the 90s, and it was bad, and they should have just kept with like what they were doing in the 80s with practical effects.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah, at least nowadays when it's bad, it's because there's like a ton of it in the film, and all the production houses are overworked.
Yeah.
This is it's just not there. It's not ready for prime time yet.
I wouldn't say though it was as bad as the next film CGI.
Yes.
Like I think that film has way worse CGI. Like in this film,
and the director would agree with you.
Yeah, like the way that this film looked, like I didn't like it. Kind of hit it a bit, to be honest. Like I didn't notice it that much personally.
It is a dark film.
Yeah. So.
It's set at night, so that helps.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I liked. That's about it. Yeah.
Oh, I have the soundtrack, and everybody I do have the soundtrack. But I think it's a good introductory soundtrack if you like that kind of goth influenced music by The Cure and 9 Inch Nails. Counting Crows, I believe, are on that soundtrack.
Counting Crows, are you sure?
Maybe not the Counting Crows. Who am I thinking of?
I mean, that would be appropriate.
Pantera.
Okay.
Rollins Band.
Yeah, Rollins Band makes sense. Not the Counting Crows.
Well, I gotta look up the soundtrack quick here.
While you're doing that, I just want to call out that the Crow Salvation available on Tubi.
Okay, how about Crow City of Angels?
That's
the one I want to see. Okay, that's the one I want to see.
Okay.
What year is Crow Salvation?
Crow Salvation is 2000.
Okay, that sounds like a good year. Okay,
City of Angels is 96.
Oh, sorry. That kind of
Yeah.
Crow Stone Temple Pilots I was thinking of.
Some
Rage
other
Against the
white band.
Machine, Jesus and Mary Chain, My Life with a Thrill Kill Cult.
Yeah, like I will say, like the Wachowskis did borrow from this movie and the next movie and Dark City too. Or maybe wait, was Dark City made after Matrix? I can't remember.
No, it was made before. Well, probably
Yeah, it was
made
made
about
before.
the same time.
Yeah.
Because I think Matrix was 99. I think Dark City was 98.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But production, I think, probably overlapped on it because they clearly spent a lot of time in post production on the Matrix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting film. I never am mad that I watch it or rewatch it. I there's just a lot of tacky and kind of eye rolling lines in it.
Yeah, it's not the best screenplay in the world. I do kind of what would have happened if Brandon Lee had lived and came off this film and it had done the same. I feel that the Wachowskis might have jumped on him for to be in the Matrix as Neo.
That's an interesting thought.
Yeah, I think he would have had a fine career. Like, like he was in some good movies before this too, right? Like, well, not good, but movies that I enjoy. That's how I'll put it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was in. I'm trying to think what else he would have been. I feel he would have been
Showdown in Little
something.
Tokyo, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best. That for me is like the best Brendan Lee performance.
Mm-hmm.
By far.
Is that where he tells Dolph Lundgren that he has the biggest dick he's ever seen on a man?
Yeah.
Implying that he's seen potentially bigger dicks on a woman.
Or on a walrus, or an animal.
Well, that's fair enough.
Or horse.
I like that you go immediately to walrus.
Well, walrus don't they have the biggest penis out of all the animals?
I would think a whale might have one bigger, but are you talking like size to like body size?
I wasn't thinking size to body size. I had never heard. I've heard that walrus have the biggest penis.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do kind of wonder if Brandon would reps for stuff like
Robert,
Jackie
we're not done talking about the penises.
Yeah. Robert, can you Google?
I am.
Penis? We put.
I don't want that in my search
penis in
history.
the notes for the show.
Just go open a private browsing tab and it won't show up.
No, it's just public. It's fine. It's nature.
I'd rather not have that in my browsing history. Who knows what I'm going to get? Anyhow, as I was saying, I wonder if Brandon Lee would have been in line for what Jackie Chan ended up doing in Hollywood, stuff like Rush Hour and Shanghai Noon as well.
I don't think he had the action chops.
No, he's not his dad. Definitely not. He's not Jackie Chan either. But I mean, he also probably been easier sell to American audiences too.
I think he would have been in a lot of like police thrillers, action films, and then he would eventually faded out into the sunset. No offense. Rest in peace.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can see him getting the Matrix, and then maybe somebody would have said, "Well, maybe we could adapt Iron Fist for Brandon Lee."
Although, judging at how many Crow sequels there are, he would have been in a lot of Crow sequels. So.
They would have had to jump through hoops, but they would have figured it out.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows it does not have the most put together mythology. Oh, I should note that I did note that there's, for some reason, including in the tagline, they mention angels a lot because John Polito plays a character named Gideon.
Mm-hmm.
And
right.
And there's another character named Gabriel in there, so I feel there's something going on there, but I don't think thematically they ever make anything of it, but I just bring that up.
There's something, but we can't put our finger on it.
I mean,
it does take place on Devil's Night.
There's 2 angels, and it takes place on Devil's Night.
Crows have
Devil's
wings.
Night is not supposed to be about money anymore, but be about creating anarchy. And angels don't care about money. So...
Isn't there an angel Daryl too? That's a good name for an angel.
Daryl?
Daryl the angel.
like me in the Bible or in the Crow movies?
Both.
Oh, I don't think there's one in the Bible called Daryl.
There should be.
Well, sure, yeah.
I do like his powers can do whatever they need to do. Yeah, I'll get that drugs out of your system.
Oh, I actually like that scene. That was a cool scene.
I like that scene too, but it's certainly...
Yeah.
What does that have to do with revenge?
I think the Crow is making Robert quite emotional.
Well, let's go to unemotional here, and we'll jump ahead to 1998 and Blade.
Yeah.
How big is Blade's penis?
Blade is based on a supporting character in Tomb of Dracula, created by Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan as a response to blaxploitation films of the early 1970s. Blade is a daywalker who has made it his mission to battle vampires that killed his pregnant mother and created him. He is assisted by Whistler and hematologist Dr. Karen Jensen, who have had their own run-ins with vampires. Together, they set out to stop the plans of Deacon Frost, who has a goal to revive the vampire god La Magra. That is the plot. Blade is directed by Stephen Dorrington, based on a screenplay by David S. Goyer. It stars Wesley Snipes as Blade, Stephen Dorff as Deacon Frost, Chris Christopherson as Abraham Whistler, and Bushy Wright as Dr. Karen Jensen, Donald Logue as Quinn, henchman of Deacon Frost. Sometimes his right-hand man, sometimes his left, depending on which hand Blade is chopped off.
Hilarious.
Udo Kier is Gaetano Dragonetti, a vampire elder, and Tracy Lords is Raquel, a seductive vampire. Blade went on to gross $131.2 million versus a $45 million budget, and has been cited as being a big proof of concept for the current age of comic book superheroes on screen. So, why don't you take this one, Nat?
Sure. Yeah, so I had seen Blade before. I think I saw it pretty close to when it came out. I did not see it in theaters, but this is something that I think my dad rented. And I think it is a thing of dads where you just like, you want to rent like the most ridiculous thing, but also something that looks kind of cool. But this would have, like, the whole blaxploitation element of it like totally went over my head when I first saw it, and then kind of...
Oh, that might be from the comics, not from...
Oh, I think there's definitely elements of it in this movie.
Okay.
Well, like the whole thing of like the familiars like being part of the police force and them chasing like the cop car, and basically that like Blade and Karen are like the only black people in this movie.
Yeah.
But like
And Blade's mom.
Like the international cabal of vampires all being basically like white people.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I think there's definitely
European
elements there, and like elements of like Shaft with the look or trench coat of like Blade, and the fact that the final part of the movie takes way too damn long and is overly complicated. And I think also like Blackula, there's definitely some inspiration from there, like somebody who is more or less like innocent, but being mistreated by a honky vampire.
Okay, gotcha.
Is an element in it.
Didn't see all these things. Yeah.
What's that?
I didn't.
You're not accurate.
Yeah, I didn't notice all these connections, but it makes sense.
No, but I think I like Blade, but I just there's a lot of it that I kind of dislike. I think the best part of it is probably the opening scene, and I think that's been copied before, and I think that's still pretty iconic with just like the blood coming down from the fire sprinklers and just him
and the rave.
Yeah, kicking ass.
They make fun of that in What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, well, and I think in the TV show, like Wesley Snipes appears as Blade at one point. But I really do like Wesley Snipes. So a lot of like the fight sequences in here, I kind of get bored of, and like towards the end when he's raiding the headquarters, I'm just like, oh god, like I know he's gonna get captured and all this crap's gonna happen before like the final fight, and it's just I'm waiting for it to just kind of like get through or get close to the end. But
Yeah.
I do like the elements of him just kind of like running around being a little detective and trying to track down people. So it's kind of half and half for me, and I just really don't like Stephen Dwarf in this. I didn't like him at the time when I first saw it. I still don't really like him. I just don't think he's a convincing villain. He's just like a douche, and Wesley Snipes is a badass, and I have difficulty believing that he can hold his own against Wesley Snipes, or even...
Well, he can't until he's the blood god.
Even then, like...
Well, I mean, he does lose. Yeah,
it's already a stretch, but like, no, I just feel that this is probably, to me at least, this is like the weakest villain, and one that might get the most screen time. But just every time it cuts to him, I'm just kind of like, I'm so tired of watching this guy. But no, yeah. I like the character of Blade, and I really like I like Blade 2. I don't even remember if I've seen Blade 3 or not, but I don't know. I think the concept is really cool. I think it does make some really good moves, and this has got to be like one of the earlier Marvel superhero films that I've seen, or one of the first ones that I've seen.
The first one that's any good.
Yeah.
Is it before X-Men?
This predates X-Men. X-Men, I think, is 2000.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, this is the first one then. This is like the first good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Well, the first, yeah. I mean, technically, the Corman Fantastic Four, I guess, precedes it.
Was that actually fully made, though?
It exists. You can find it on YouTube, I believe.
Okay. Also, Albert Pujols' Captain America.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah,
those are Howard the Duck.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna jump in here if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
So I really like Blade 2, and I've always liked this one, but I pretty much agree with everything Nat said. I think Stephen Dorff, I think he's funny, and I enjoy him, but objectively, like, he's a pretty bad villain. Like, if you're just going off of like other comic book villains, like he does not have good screen presence. But I do find the fact that he's a villain in this movie funny, and I think his lines are funny, and I think it's just totally out of place. Like, it's so silly. And his main henchman, the guy with the pigtails, I think is so miscast. I think the whole concept of this character is so stupid. He's so obnoxious, and the only thing that's fun is that Blade keeps like just maiming him throughout the whole film. and I actually think that this is all like intentional. Like, they all made this guy to be super annoying just so you'd want to see Blade just keep kicking his ass and hurting him. But when you compare to newer comic book films or older action thriller films, like, just the composition of the bad guys in this are a really weird mix. Like,
yeah, there's nobody you could take seriously as the bad guy.
Yeah, are they nuts? Like, you're not gonna have Udo Kier as the main bad guy, like, as a vampire? Are you guys crazy? Like,
you have Udo Kier, right?
Yeah. And then you get Stephen Dorff, who's like, is he only known for Somewhere, like the Sofia Coppola film, is like, that's his good performance, right?
He's actually good in True Detective season 3, but
Right. Okay.
there's not. Yeah, I can't think of that much
Yeah. Yeah.
else
He
that he's
blows.
in for.
But I do find him funny in this, and I do find Wesley Snipes like he's cool as Blade. Like I can't imagine anyone else as Blade. But there's some weird scenes with him in it too, especially in the beginning scene. Like, and I kind of forgot these scenes. Like, do you guys remember that during the scenes where he's throwing like his like different weapons and he's doing these weird smiles and gestures?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
It's so bizarre. Like it doesn't
He
fit
does
with
it
the
again
character.
in Deadpool and Wolverine.
He does?
Ooh, spoiler.
Yeah.
Okay. And then like when he shoots the guy with like the shotgun, like he does another weird gesture where it's like, is this Wesley Snipes breaking through the character of Blade? Like, or is he being directed to do this? Like it seems so off. I don't recall it being like that in the last, like in the second two movies, nor does it really fit the character, but that really stood out to me this time.
I
And
think
I
he's
also,
really just having the time of his life. Cody.
yeah, I do.
I kind of feel he is.
I agree. Yeah.
Everything I said that I hear is that basically Snipes was just making it up as he went along, and they were saying, "Yeah, this is better than what we have on paper, so let's go with it."
I love it.
Oh, good for him. And the other sort of thing I wanted to talk about was the Whistler character. I think is great, and I think Chris Christopherson is really well cast. But I thought he was in the other movies, like unless those are flashbacks.
I thought he was too.
I think
Yeah.
he shows up in some sort of manner in the other movies, but I don't know what it is. I think he shows up in the third. I don't recall him in the second.
Well, so when I looked at,
But I kind of think he'd be better off in some sort of like Near Dark sequel.
Yeah.
well, sure, yeah, but he really is like well cast in this. But I'm pretty sure he's alive in the other movies, and I don't
believe
know
they
how.
brought it back in some form.
I
Yeah.
distinctly remember that too. So this may be a Mandela effect, and as much as we could look it up now, I don't want to. But
Well, I'm planning on watching the second film soon because my wife hasn't seen the second film, and I told her that it's like a weird, loose remake of Blade Runner.
I guess it kind of is, yeah.
And that it's really cool. Like it's a way better.
Yes, it is a
vampire
better film.
Yeah.
I hear the third one is much worse.
The third one's brutal. Yeah, saw that in theaters. Yeah. You know what's weird about the Deadpool thing is that Ryan Reynolds is in the third one,
Yeah.
and he's in Deadpool. Yeah. So multiverse type of thing going on there. Anywho, I do like all of his weapons. Like the scene when the katana explodes, I guess, or like the sort of handle bursts apart is really cool. I don't know why it doesn't happen later on to other people, but whatever. I like his like kind of like crafting of silver as he's preparing for the fight. I thought that was cool. His pistol is really really unique. Like it has this really industrial sort of like fabricated look to it, but it's like big and square. I think it's awesome. And his whole costume I think is great too. Like he has body armor, but it's not too bulky, and obviously like Wesley Snipes is in good shape, and so you see scenes with him like that, and like the black leather long coat is really cool. Other main gripe is the CGI. Like there's a lot of scenes like where his sword is like basically like a lightsaber. And I don't like that. Like I'd rather it be like kind of more gruesome, like he's slicing off limbs and you're seeing blood and stuff. Like instead it just kind of disintegrates. And I'm assuming it's because like his blade, like his sword is like coated in something that's making like just their bodies disintegrate quickly. Because in the Spider-Man TV show, like in the Spider-Man cartoon from this time, Blade was in a few episodes, like the ones with Morbius. And he had basically like a lightsaber in that. And that kind of made more sense. And this is like, it kind of works like a lightsaber, but it's not. So I was kind of disappointed in that. I don't think that's what they do in the second film, if I remember correctly either. But overall, I still think it's kind of a fun and interesting movie, especially when you think about how comic book movies developed since then.
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah,
even,
like it's still fun to watch.
Yeah.
even things that they would do later, like the Chris Christopherson, I treat that as kind of like stunt casting, like getting Robert Redford in Captain America or Harrison Ford in like a Hulk movie or whatever.
Well, even like
And
Udo Kerr in this too.
yeah, I mean that might be a little bit more of a deeper cut, but like
Yeah.
and even I guess like Stan Lee was supposed to have a cameo in this that was cut too. But
Oh, brutal.
like, I mean, these are things where I guess like 10 years later, when they kind of settle on the format with Iron Man, like they're already covering some of this stuff.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we have Tracy Lords at least tried to make her transition to legitimate film actress here, and I think she's okay. She's not asked to do too much, but she fits the part, so she's good. I think I want to go over the one glaring thing that you two did not address, which is Ed Bushy Wright, who I think is attractive but not a particularly good actress, if that's fair to say.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't mind her.
I mean, she's okay. I did find that what struck me as kind of odd is that they play the scene where Blade have to put the bite on her to kind of regenerate her. They play that clearly as a sex scene.
Oh yeah.
And I never felt there was any chemistry between the two of them, but
Well, it kind of gets a little rapey toward the end too. Like,
yeah,
like okay, Blade, like
that's
stop.
enough.
Yeah, down boy.
But I would tend to agree with you guys otherwise. I mean, it starts strong. The Blood Rave is a very strong start to the film, and Blade's first appearance, they handle that right. And the ending's a little convoluted. No, it's a lot convoluted, but it does have the most memorable line of the film in it. And the CGI is bad, but the action is generally okay. And I kind of like that they kind of stole a page from I Am Legend and tried to come up with something approaching a scientific explanation of vampirism and the way that they fight it. So I feel it's definitely not a perfect film, but it certainly has some interesting ideas, has a good central performance, and has some memorable action and a couple of memorable scenes. So I'm with you. Udo Kier needs to be in it more. I don't know if they only had him for a couple days, but I can't imagine Udo Kier makes that much money.
Yeah, like he should have been the main bad guy. Like it's just so obvious. A few other things I did like and that were weird touches. The obese vampire.
Yeah.
That was doing the computer stuff. I thought it was a really, really good idea, and I thought it was a great choice. And the other scene I liked.
I should say that Alan Moore had a similar idea in his vampire swamp thing story.
It seemed obese. Like a very like Alan Moore / Neil Gaiman type.
Yeah.
Or I guess you could say like just like a British comic book writer.
Yeah.
Type touch. And I thought like David how they were torturing him was good too.
Yeah. I know David Goyer had read Alan Moore's Swamp Thing run because he's in the letter columns.
Right. And I thought the train sequence was good, especially when they're like smashing the guy's face into it. Yeah. So there's some cool ideas. It's just overall it's like a very uneven movie.
Yeah. I will say I think the production design is pretty good too. I like the various symbols that come up to symbolize the vampire safe houses and such too.
Yeah. I like the layer, like the Blade and Whistler layer, and I like Blade's car. I think it's pretty rad.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like that one kind of vault or that room where they had all the ancient scriptures, like all kind of, preserved in these glass things. Like that was cool, I thought. But maybe like we should try to explain the ending. I'm just curious because I watched the movie today and I'm already fuzzy, and I've seen the movie a few times. and so they're gonna do a ceremony. They're gonna conjure the blood god,
mm-hmm.
and The blood god is what again?
God of blood.
Right.
Yeah, I guess the original idea was they're gonna have like a floating cloud of blood
Yeah.
that Blade would have to fight, but that did not test well. So they went for the sword fight with the blood god who is inhabiting Deacon Frost or become one with Deacon Frost.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and the doctor has developed a serum that kind of the cure for vampirism, but basically makes the blood cells explode.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah. So, and Blade has them, though I don't know he knows what it actually does, but he did tell her to prepare it, so I guess it's not that big a leap. So, and he just unloads like a dozen of them into Steven Dorff, the blood god, and it explodes.
But
Now,
I don't know what the powers that he gains.
I don't know that
sorry,
either.
Robert, that part was clear.
Yeah, I don't know what the blood god does, other than it kind of makes him stronger and kind of immune, so he's just like a real strong vampire.
Yes. I think too, like this also, I think there was a longer cut of this that they cut a lot from, and I wonder if like more of it gets into that, if more of it gets into like the vampire society, and like they allude to like Deacon is kind of this renegade sort of vampire, but he's higher up in society, and there's like a tension between this generation of vampires and the old classic vampires, which I don't know if I would want to see, but I don't know. They may cover that. But basically, like, yeah, he just gets real powerful, and then Blade immediately kills him.
Yeah.
So
with a one-liner that's a classic.
Yeah. So do the other vampires want to conjure the blood god, or is it just a Deacon? It wasn't Deacon Ross or Deacon
Frost. Sounds like a Deacon thing. A fucking Deacon again, conjuring that blood vampire or blood god.
Yeah, I don't know what his plan is once he conjures the blood god, what it's supposed to do, other than he wants to be a god. Okay. They'll make him powerful somehow.
And why does he have to kill Udo Kerr? Because Udo Kerr is not going to let him summon the blood god. Is that why?
I think he wants to be King Vampire.
All right. I'm having a hard time not comparing this movie to Underworld with the mythology there, and I don't think
I haven't seen the Underworld films, but yeah.
You've not seen Underworld?
I would kind of want to, but I mean, there's so many sequels. It's like, do I want to open up that?
I think you just watched the first one. Yeah.
But I mean, it could be fun.
In the comics, did Blade ride a bike, or am I misremembering?
Like a bicycle?
No, like a motorcycle.
Oh.
I don't recall. I remember him hanging out with what were called the Night Stalkers, which had like I guess Frank Drake was kind of the descendant of Dracula who accidentally revived Dracula and then was trying to kill him through the rest of the run. There was a couple of Van Helsings in there, and I think Blade was also in there. I don't remember him riding a vehicle in particular, but you know, he had a snazzy leather coat. That's about all I remember. But his leather coat was yellow. Remember?
So I want to see Blade on a bicycle, like he hijacks a bicycle, and I want to know what his bicycle bell sounds like. If it's just like a bicycle, ding ding, like how the fucking way Blade's coming through the streets.
In the comics, did he ever do a lot of interactions with Morbius?
I'm sure they've crossed over at some point or another.
And Spider-Man, yeah, okay.
I know Blade was kind of I won't say breakout character. I think Dracula was the breakout character to Dracula, but you know, I know Dracula would end up fighting like the Silver Surfer and the X-Men at some point in Marvel comics, but I think Blade was always kind of second tier until this film.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes characters break out. They just need the right perspective. And I feel like it works as a horror action movie a lot more than it works as like a comic book movie because it's not really doesn't care about the mythology that much, or it's happy to make up whatever it wants to make up. Um, but I think it's good. I mean, I don't think in the Marvel there's anything like, oh yeah, everybody knows about vampires and just hiding it from the regular people.
It would be kind of fun if they made another Blade film, though.
Oh yeah.
Well, they were talking about it.
I would watch it.
They were talking about one with Mahershala Ali.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, he would be good.
They started talking about that in 2019, and it's like 2024 now, so it doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
Another True Detective season 3 callback.
Yeah, there you go.
I seem to remember there being more made of him being a daywalker, although maybe that was in subsequent films, but I thought that was like a bigger deal.
I think that was a bigger deal in 2 because I remember him setting off like daylight bombs.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, in here it doesn't really make a difference, and sunlight does not play a part in this movie barely at all in defeating the vampires.
Yeah.
They have some sort of like SPF 1000 sunscreen.
Also, the scene when they kill Udo Kerr and then they just put on their motorcycle helmets and just like flip the visors down. It's like, so you guys can go outside. So why don't you just wear motorcycle helmets then? Like, problem solved. Let's just wear a bunch of motorcycle helmets all day.
Well, and like, why then have all this mythology about Daywalker?
I know. Yeah, when you have a perfectly good motorcycle helmet to wear.
Yeah. Other thing too is like in the last battle with Deacon Frost when he starts throwing the serum syringes at him, like the wounds that they make on Stephen Dorff like just look humongous. Like like it's supposed to be a syringe, but it's like these things have like a diameter of like 5, 6, 20 inches. Like it's ridiculous. And then yeah, just pegs him right in the head, which I'm not a scientist, Robert, but like I would assume with this serum, if you hit him like in the heart or near a major blood vessel,
that seems like be more effective.
Okay.
So I know a lot of blood does flow through the head.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you're trying to kill a guy, you're probably going to get the best reaction by hitting him straight in the heart, right?
That would seem to be logical.
Fair enough.
Or like, what about like a jugular hit? Yeah,
that would be cool.
Yeah. Yep. That would be appropriate, thematically appropriate. Yeah. Like 2 of them right there.
Them, yeah, so I was thinking 2 of them right in the jugular.
But I like that he does the kick and just launches it that way. Like he could throw it, but Blade just has to go that extra mile. And
yeah, and apparently these are self-injecting syringes too.
Yep.
You just have to penetrate the skin and they'll inject themselves.
Which is that an actual thing? Like
no.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody has to press down and force the liquid, apply pressure to the liquid.
I mean, that seems a little dangerous. Like I understand we're dealing with vampires here and they are intended to kill, but like, if you get like a dose where there's like an air bubble or something in it, like that's not that safe, Blade.
Yeah, but I think it's explained because Whistler makes the weapons and he uses them. So
yeah.
Whistler just made it work.
If it looks
you're
cool,
going to cause some aneurysms there, Blade, Whistler.
Fair enough.
I'm going to read up after this how he's in the next 2 films, because if it's flashbacks, that's going to be lame. I'm pretty sure he's alive.
I thought he was too.
Yeah.
Okay, we've said enough. We'll have to see. Okay, so he was cast in the role, later reprised his role in Blade 2 and Blade Trinity.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Let's not spoilers.
Okay, so he was turned into a vampire and held prisoner. So they thought he was dead in the first one.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
All right.
But actually, that reminds me, because it says he was looking for him in Prague, and again, it's been a long time since I've seen Blade 2. But That's another thing that they did in this movie that they would do in other Marvel movies, is having the stinger at the end.
Totally.
So just Blade set the blueprint.
In many ways, he did. And and I did check producer list. I know Feige worked on the X-Men movies at some point.
What's that?
Yeah.
Kevin Feige worked on the X-Men movies.
Oh, yeah.
I believe. I mean, I don't know if I have much more. I like Blade 2 better than I like Blade.
Much better. I'll just do a quick rank here. TMNT, Heroic Trio, Blade, and then way down the list, Crow.
You want to rank them that?
Sure. I'm gonna say, I'll probably do the same. I don't know. I wouldn't put the Crow that far down.
I have to. It's the last one.
Nope. Yeah. That works for me.
All right, with the same ranking, awesome.
Robert,
well, I would do.
Say you, Robert.
I would do Heroic Trio. I would do TMNT. I would do the Crow, and then I would do Blade.
What?
Wow.
Really?
Racist, but okay.
Yeah. How about villains?
Villains, I think Shredder is.
Villains, Shredder. The thing is I don't understand the villain in Heroic Trio, but I'll still pick it. And then the David Wincott in The Crow, and then Steven Dorff is the worst villain.
Yeah.
But if
I might put Wincott as the worst, but yeah.
But if Udo Kerr was the villain, then it would be higher than David Wincott.
Does that make it worse though? Because Udo Kerr isn't the villain, and he's there. Like every time you see him, it makes it even worse that Steven Dorff is the villain, because you're thinking.
Yeah, it doesn't help. Yeah, it doesn't help. That's for sure.
You kind of waited for Udo Kier to turn the tables on him, and that'd be the real villain.
Yeah,
I know.
Like, what if they just had like the council, which would be a total like what we do in the Shadows move of like, you get Christopher Lee, who also would have been alive at this time.
Oh, yes, he would have been.
Gary Oldman and Udo Kerr. What if their Draculas would be alive?
Yeah, that would be really rad.
And they're all there, but they go with Steven Dorff.
You could also if you wanted to not pay so much, I suppose you could get Louis Jourdan. I think he was still alive at this time.
Yep.
And Jack Palance.
Oh yeah. I would,
Frank Langella.
At that point,
Frank Langella, yeah.
I would rather just watch a movie of them just hanging out and being the vampire council.
Yeah, making decisions, discussing matters.
Yeah. And like Jack Palance just threatening all of them, and
someone's taking minutes.
Yeah. Frank Langella, I think, would be taking the minutes, but he would be pretty pissed about it. And Udo Kier would arm wrestle Jack Palance.
Okay. How about what do we think is the most memorable action scene? I'm gonna go with Blood Rave.
Like
I gotta go Blood Rave.
Although the Heroic Trio has like a half dozen of them.
Yeah, like the part in Heroic Trio where the thing gets into like a skeleton form is pretty crazy, and then has like those vines or whatever the heck it's doing. Yeah, I think the train sequence is pretty good, and in Turtles there's not really one action scene. It's more, I like the last fight, but it's not like, if I'm being honest, it's not like a great action scene. There's a lot of trick photography going on there. And then the Crow, there's that one big gunfight with all like the people in that boardroom. That was pretty good, I would say. But yeah, I'll agree with you guys. It's the rave. It's just I really don't like that the things disappear when he slices. I wish he was just like dismembering limbs and they're flying everywhere and there's blood everywhere instead.
Yeah. And the special effects aren't really that good, especially kind of at the end there. I think they get really bad.
That blood from the whole ritual is like the worst of it because it's so simple. Like it's just red. And even still it's tough. Like I don't know if they've even mastered it now, but it's especially bad. Yeah, then.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even like when the skeletons kind of come out of the skin portion of it. That's pretty bad too.
It's a cool idea though.
It is a cool idea. Because they're kind of winged skeletons too, but doesn't look that good.
Which, that also is confusing to me because it's like, okay, is this supposed to happen? Are they actually dying, or is this like a good thing for them? But,
yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know.
Best hero, I would say Raphael, and then Blade is a pretty good hero.
Yeah, I like Blade. I just like the character. I like Wesley Snipes. I like that portrayal.
I like Blade. I also like Anita Boy's Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Yeah, she was cool.
I like Invisible Girl.
I still prefer Maggie Cheung's character, but yeah.
The thief catcher.
Yeah, thief catcher. Yeah.
That's a good non-copyright infringing name that we know. And let's see. Of the supporting characters, which one went on to have the biggest career? Like John Polito, Elias Koteas,
Maggie Cheung?
I feel like John Polito already had a career at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
But he would
Elias
have some...
Koteas would have been just starting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little girl from Crow, don't know what she did. Probably sucks. Looks
Ernie
like
Hudson didn't really leave anything for Ernie
looks
Hudson.
like the Australian breakdancer from the Olympics, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Ernie Hudson's good, though, as a side character, and like his character is good in the show.
That is pre-Congo and pre-Ghostbusters revivals. Ernie Hudson.
Yeah. And if Chris Christopherson's character is a side character, I would say he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I hate the henchman in Blade, the guy with the pigtails. I think he sucks.
So
he went on to have a good career, though.
And the actor sucks.
I like the Dow Steve. He was he Harvey Bullock in the Gotham series?
Yes, he is.
And he has a little bit part in American Splendor, but I like him. But he's a douche in this. I mean, actually,
he's T.J. Miller before T.J. Miller.
I feel though like he is meant to be obnoxious, and he does play obnoxious really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's all by design. It's not like they were thinking, oh, this guy's going to be really cool. They were trying to make him like this, and they succeeded. Yeah.
Yeah, and they make him where he's like I'm gonna kill you. Really? Oh, I thought you were joking there for a minute, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of think Michelle Yeoh is kind of a supporting character in the heroic trio.
That's true. I mean, I guess in terms of like who would have the most acclaim after this, because this is all that's also before she was in was it Tomorrow Never Dies or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh yes, way before. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like a couple of years, but
years.
And then obviously,
maybe?
What's that?
It's like 7 years.
No, that's
like
97.
97. So about 4 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. So this was 93. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a long time.
And Maggie Cheung also had her biggest hits after this, or her most acclaimed roles after this too.
Well, and of course, with Everything Everywhere All at Once, like this is almost 30 years before that. But
yeah, I mean, Maggie Cheung would have In the Mood for Love after this.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess Bai Ling probably had more stuff after the Crow.
What else was she in? I can't remember.
She's been in a bunch of stuff. I think Lust Caution is maybe one of the bigger ones, but or one of the bigger ones for her role. And Southland Tales.
Right. Yeah.
Lost. She was in that. Well, she was in I think one episode of it, but and then Surreal Life.
Right. Yeah, not a great career.
Yeah.
Well, let's wrap her up until next summer.
So, I think that's a good hit here. So, time to wrap it up. So, thanks for everybody for listening. If you have questions or comments, you can email us at skiespodcast@gmail.com. Well, or you can leave us a note on Facebook under the Where the Long Tail Ends page. Also, feel free to share a link on social media. Thanks for listening. We hope you'll join us shortly for our upcoming episode on Demolition Man. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
It won't rain all the time. The sky won't fall forever. And though the night seems long, your tears won't fall forever.
Watch the skies everywhere. Keep looking. Keep watching the skies.